welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty interesting and new in the crypto world. It's called Newton from Magic Labs. You might know them. They've got backing from PayPal Ventures.
Yeah, and what jumps out immediately is the problem they're trying to solve. We all sort of remember the initial dream of crypto, right? Making finance more open, easier tools for everyone.
Exactly. But let's be honest, actually using crypto, it can feel like walking through a maze sometimes. Even if you've been around for a while, you've got all these different protocols, interfaces that aren't always super intuitive. And then there's the whole stress of managing private keys.
Oh, yes, don't lose those.
Right. And trying to react to market moves that happen like instantly. It can be a lot.
It really can. And that's kind of the gap Newton seems to be aiming for. It's pitched as this maybe smoother path, not a replacement for understanding crypto, maybe, but a safer, more automated way to actually do things in crypto.
Nope.
So today, our mission is really to dig into how they plan to deliver that simplicity and security. They talk a lot about these verifiable AI agents. We're basing this on the info from their launch announcement.
Right. So AI and DeFi, it's not entirely new, is it? We've seen AI pop up trying to, streamline things.
Exactly. Things like automatically tweaking your portfolio, handling swaps between tokens, even finding ways to get better yield. The idea is to cut down on all the clicking and manual effort.
Makes sense. Less tedious work.
Yeah, the efficiency gains are definitely there, potentially. But, and this is a big but, the huge issue so far has often been security. A lot of the tools out there now, maybe some of those Telegram bots people use for trading,
Yeah.
they often need full control of your wallet.
Which just feels risky, right? Yeah. You're basically handing over the keys. That opens you up to hacks, scams, losing everything. It kind of defeats the purpose of secure, decentralized finance.
It absolutely does. And that's where Newton claims to be different. They're really hammering this idea of verifiable AI agents. It's not just automation. It's automation you can supposedly trust.
Okay.
Their first product, Magic Newton, they're calling it a crypto co-pilot, designed specifically for managing your portfolio safely using these autonomous agents.
So, verifiable. That word sounds important. What does it actually mean here? How do they make it verifiable?
That's the core concept, yeah. Under the hood, they've built something called the Newton Protocol. It's a purpose-built rollup, like a specialized blockchain layer.
Okay. Great rollup.
And the key thing is it's designed to provide cryptographic guarantees, basically mathematical proof that these AI agents are only doing exactly what you approve them to do within the rules you set.
So it's not like giving an AI your wallet and just hoping it does the right thing.
Precisely. The idea is you delegate tasks like buy this much crypto every week or put these assets into a yield pool, but you never actually hand over your private keys. The agents operate within strict limits you define.
Limits, like what?
They compare it to oath-style permissions.
Oh, okay. Like when you let an app access, say, just your contacts, but not your whole phone.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
You grant specific limited permissions. And to make it even more secure, they say every action an agent takes happens inside what's called a trusted execution environment, a T.
A T?
Yeah.
Like a secure little black box on the chip.
Sort of, yeah. The secure computing environment. And then the correctness of what happened in the T is verified using zero-knowledge proofs.
ZK proofs. That's the tech where you can prove something's true without showing the actual data, right? Very cool.
Exactly. So you get like 2 layers of safety. Proactive control, the agent technically can't go outside your rules, and then retroactive accountability because everything leaves a verifiable cryptographic audit trail.
That sounds way different from just trusting a random bot.
It's a huge difference, yeah. Much less blind faith involved.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. They talk about self-driving crypto. What does that actually look like for a user? Is it really like a self-driving car?
It's a good analogy, I think. Imagine setting a high-level goal. Instead of clicking through 20 steps to, say, farm yield or rebalance your portfolio, you could just tell a Newton agent, hey, optimize the yield on my ETH or buy $50 of Bitcoin every Monday morning.
And it just does it?
It just does it autonomously. And this is the key part, transparently, and always within those secure boundaries we talked about. You set the destination, the agent handles the driving, but it has guardrails. Strong ones.
So setting the strategy, letting the tech handle the execution, but with safety checks built in and provable.
You got it. And they talk about use cases beyond just simple buys or yield farming. Things like automatically rebalancing your portfolio if your asset mix drifts too far from your target.
Okay, that's useful.
Or even potentially having an agent automatically copy the trades of well-known traders, but again, only within risk limits you set.
Yeah.
So you could tap into strategies without needing to execute them manually or giving someone else control.
Right, you could follow someone successful without handing them your password, essentially.
Exactly. They also mentioned something called agentic commerce.
Agentic commerce.
Yeah, think automated stablecoin payments, like paying for subscriptions or other regular bills automatically from your crypto wallet using these agents. Imagine that just happening in the background securely.
Less hassle? Fewer missed payments, maybe?
Could be. And it's not just one agent doing one thing in isolation. They mention multi-agent workflows.
Thinking.
You could have different agents working together, like one agent monitors market data feeds looking for certain signals, and another agent is set up to automatically execute trades based on the signals from the first agent. But again, the whole process operates within the overall rules and spending limits you've defined. Complex strategies, but still controlled.
That opens up a lot of possibilities for more sophisticated automation. Safely. Okay, so this isn't just theory. You mentioned a launch.
Yes, crucial point. This went live May 7th. It's running on the base blockchain initially, so it's a real working system you can interact with now.
Wow. Okay, so what can it do right now in this first version?
They call it the Genesis release. Initially, it's focused on core functions using agents built by Magic Labs themselves. Things like setting up those recurring buys we mentioned, maybe some simple wallet management tasks. It's about proving the foundation works.
And the verifiability is there from the start.
That's what they stress. Every single action taken by these initial agents is logged. Every instruction you give can be traced back. Every limit you set is enforced cryptographically. They seem very focused on building trust right out of the gate.
Makes sense if that's their main differentiator. So what's next for them? This is just the start, presumably.
Definitely. They're clear that this will evolve based on user feedback, developer input. One really interesting future feature they highlighted is programmable permissions.
Programmable permissions. Sounds complex. What does that unlock?
It means making the rules for the agents much smarter. Adding conditional logic. Think, only make this trade if this specific data oracle says market sentiment is positive.
Oh, wow. So it can react to real-time data feeds.
That's the idea. Using oracles to pull in external data, making the automation much more dynamic and context-aware than just simple time or price triggers.
And it won't just be Magic Labs building these agents forever, right? You mentioned developers.
Correct. A big part of the plan is an open agent marketplace. They want third-party developers to be able to build their own agents, maybe specializing in certain strategies or blockchains.
Ah, an ecosystem.
Exactly. Developers could publish these agents, maybe even combine agents built by others, and offer them to users, potentially creating a whole marketplace of these verifiable automation tools.
And beyond that, what else is on the roadmap?
They hint at things like cross-chain functionality, so agents could operate across different blockchains, which would be huge.
Yeah, that would be massive.
Deeper Oracle integrations, naturally. And they even mention exploring AI model attestation. That sounds like verifying the AI models themselves, maybe proving certain properties about the algorithms being used.
Interesting. How do they make sure developers building these agents are, trustworthy?
Good question. They talk about building incentive structures, things like reputation scores for agent operators, slashing conditions, basically penalties for bad behavior, and reward systems to make sure the developers' goals align with the users.
So trying to build trust into the developer side, too.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
The big picture, the long-term goal, looks like this composable, trust-minimized automation layer that spans across chains, strategies, data sources. Pretty ambitious.
It really sounds like it. And they position this Newton platform as part of a bigger shift, right?
Yeah, they see it as part of this broader move in Web3, moving away from a model where you, the user, have to initiate and manage every single tiny action.
Click, sign, click.
Right, towards a more agent-driven approach, where you set the intent and the verified agent handles the execution.
The self-driving car analogy again.
Exactly. It's about abstracting away the complexity, hopefully improving safety, and freeing you up from the nitty-gritty. It's a vision where your crypto wallet isn't just a passive vault holding keys anymore. It becomes an active, intelligent co-pilot, something that can, think and act for you alongside you, but securely.
Okay, so let's boil this down. For you listening, what's the really key thing to take away from this deep dive on Newton?
I think the core idea is this. Newton is offering a genuinely new approach to handling your crypto. It's not just automation for automation's sake. It's about verifiable AI agents designed from the ground up for security, aiming to make DeFi complexity way less daunting.
And the potential upside for you seems pretty clear. Getting more done automatically, having more control through rules you set, without necessarily facing all the usual risks or feeling totally overwhelmed trying to keep up.
Definitely. But it does leave you with a pretty interesting thought, doesn't it? As these AI agents get smarter and more capable, not just in crypto, but maybe across our whole digital lives, our finances, what does that really mean? What does a future look like where our tools can act for us autonomously, but in a way we can actually verify and trust? How does that change things like personal empowerment or just our basic relationship with technology, something to chew on as this stuff keeps developing?